What's up guys, it's Ty aka Timberlands and I am back with another video, so stick around to watch. So as you can tell by the title, I am 43 weeks pregnant. I'm just kidding. By the way, I'm recording this from my bedroom so I can be close to the baby if she starts to cry, and also my mom is in the next room talking and I didn't want to capture her conversation. So for this video, I'm going to talk about my birth story, and I'm also going to talk about the things I did leading up to going into labor. Now, it has been a crazy 3 weeks. I actually recorded this video like a week ago or over a week ago, and I just didn't like it. I don't know what it was. Like, I just didn't really care for how the video came out, so I never posted it. So I am re-recording this video, just kind of changing up and tweaking some things so that you guys can actually hear my story. So the last video I posted was actually like the day before I went into labor, which is really, really crazy. I don't really know what it was that day that made me want to get some stuff done. I guess maybe it was the nesting type of thing, but it was literally the day before I went into labor. Getting right into it, I went into labor on my due date. So one, that was very shocking to everybody. Very shocking to me. I did not think that she was going to come on her due date, but hey. You know, she came when she was ready, which was on the date that she was predicted to be here. So around 2:35-ish a.m. on March 9th, I got up to go to the restroom. It was just one of my regular pregnancy restroom runs. Got back in the bed, and then I was in bed for about 3 minutes, and I heard two like loud pops from the inside. I was very concerned. So I went ahead and got up, and then as soon as I stood upright, there was like a gush of water that just poured down my legs. And I was like, I'm pretty sure that was my water. My water broke. So immediately I went into my mom's room and I let my mom know, hey, my water just broke. And she contacted my midwife. And at that point, my midwife was asking if I wanted to wait an hour and see if the labor progressed. I wasn't sure, but I was leaning more toward like we need to get to the birth center ASAP because the baby was already very low, and I knew in my heart of hearts that I was not going to last very long. So my midwife had me go check the amniotic fluid just to make sure that there wasn't any brown or any kind of funky color going on. And it was clear, so everything was good to go. About 5 minutes after my water broke, I started to feel contractions. So they started to just kind of feel like mild menstrual cramps. They were like uncomfortable. So for about 30 minutes, I spent getting the room straightened up, getting stuff ready to go to the birth center, and also had to take my dog out and feed him because I wasn't really sure how long I was going to be gone. By that time, I was timing my contractions, and they were pretty regular. Like they were about every 4 to 5 minutes apart. So by the time we actually were about to leave for the birth center, it was like the perfect time because the contractions were very regular at that point. So on the way to the birth center, the contractions started to pick up. And I want to say the ride to the birth center was about 25 minutes long. So each time I had a surge, they would progressively get more intense. It still wasn't like horrendous pain, like, you know, I was pretty coherent, but I did have to pause and breathe through the contraction to kind of get through them. And I was also nervous because I wasn't driving my car, and it was late at night, so you know, I was feeling all the things. So we got to the birth center about 3:45 a.m. and I want to say as soon as I got in there, like everything started to pick up very, very quickly. So just to get into my laboring process, at first for about an hour and some change, I labored either on the toilet or I was standing up walking around. At this point, I could not sit down. Baby was really, really, really low, so sitting down was extremely uncomfortable for me. So pretty much for that first like hour and change, when I got to the birth center, I was standing up and I was sitting on the toilet, but I could not sit on the ball. I couldn't sit on the bed. Like, it just wasn't gonna happen. Within the first hour of being at the birth center, my midwife checked me and I was about 4 centimeters dilated at that point. And at one point I was on the toilet and I just was like, this is getting really intense. I can't do this. So I think that was like a cue for my midwife to go ahead and get the pool ready. So she started running the water and I just tried to focus on, you know, breathing through my contractions and not anticipating them while the pool was like getting ready. Once the pool was ready, I got into the pool and I want to say I was in the water for a total of like an hour and a half. Now, when I got in the water, things again, like everything was happening so quickly. So things were picking up very, very quickly. And I quickly got to the point where I was like, I don't want to do this. I want some drugs, like bring me the epidural. Why did I decide to do this type of thing? And at that point, my midwife, like she knows all the cues, all the things that moms say. And she was like, yeah, so she's in transition at this point. I entered and left transition really, really, really quick. Like I was in transition. I can't tell you how long I was in transition because I was in pain. But I can tell you that I wasn't in transition very long, okay? So maybe about an hour of being in the water, my cervix completely dilated. And my midwife was like, oh, check down there. All that mucus and that stringy stuff means your cervix is complete. So this was about an hour or so of being in the water. My midwife's method is to listen to the body. In the beginning, it wasn't me making the conscious decision to push. It was like my body forcing me to push. So I had a few of those for like probably the first, it was like the big urges, probably for like 15 minutes or so. Those urges stopped coming. There was like a calm. And it was like maybe for like a good 3 to 5 minutes, I didn't have any urges. I didn't have any contractions. It was just like, I had this moment of peace where I could kind of reconcile with everything going on and kind of prepare for the big stuff. I couldn't process everything that was happening in the short amount of time that it did. Like once the baby was crowning, I pushed probably like 4 times and she was out. So again, everything went really, really fast. From the time that I went into labor around 2:38 a.m. when my water broke into the time that I had her, 6:32 a.m., my labor lasted a little less than 4 hours total. It was just really, really crazy. And sometimes I still have to go back and like just watch the video, like actually went through that actually happened, and it all actually happened really, really fast. So that is my birth story. Just kind of touching back on being in the water. At first I was just sitting in like an upright position with my legs up, and then I transitioned to a knee up, knee down type of squat. And honestly, when I got into that position, like things moved really, really quickly and baby came out real fast. So that was something that worked very well for me. I'm glad that I was able to have the flexibility in order to get into those different positions, because I think it helped a lot with the labor process and just making sure that the labor was moving along very swiftly. Baby girl's waking up. Oh. She's like, mommy's talking a lot. Overall, my experience was phenomenal. I would definitely go the water birth route again. It was a really great experience for me. Oh, somebody's upset. I'm trying to see if she wakes up or if she's just fussing. Okay, she's waking up. Hold on, y'all. So I would definitely go through the water birth experience again. I would definitely recommend it. Again, my favorite part of it was just the flexibility to move with what felt comfortable for me. And I think, honestly, that helped with my labor progressing as swiftly and smoothly as it did. So pretty much after that, we were waiting for the placenta to come out. I almost had to go to the hospital because my placenta didn't come out until the hour mark, which at that point, if it doesn't come out, they usually send you to the hospital so that you can get Pitocin to help the uterus contract and get it out. But luckily I got back into that knee up, knee down position to push, and it came out. Thank God, because I did not want to go to the hospital. And then after that, I think we were discharged probably around like 9. So it was a very quick morning. Like, it was very fast. But overall, like, I'm really happy. Sometimes it's still really, really surreal. Of course, until me and little one are up at 3 a.m. crying at each other because we're both tired and hungry. As far as the video of me giving birth, I'm not really happy about the quality of that video, only because my labor progressed so fast. We didn't really have a lot of time to set up things the way I specifically wanted them. And so it's not like the best quality video. I might still post it. I'm not sure just yet. If I do post it, I have to edit it. But I'm on the fence about it just because it didn't really come out the way I wanted it to. So we'll see. I'll let you guys know if that's something that I do post. I want to also go over what I did in preparation for labor and delivery. And I've said in previous videos that the things that I did can't necessarily induce labor, but they can encourage labor. If you're full term in your pregnancy and you want to just try some stuff, I personally will say that it helped encourage me to go into labor. When I did, it kind of was like shaking the fruit tree and the fruit fell off that day. So I would definitely suggest, and even if it doesn't help encourage labor, it can help with the labor and delivery process. I'm pretty confident that all the things I did contribute in some type of way. So first off, what are you doing? Around week 37, like you guys saw in the previous videos, I did start drinking raspberry leaf tea, and I was drinking it twice a day. I was doing my ball exercises, which I linked it in the last video, I want to say. And I was walking and doing stairs. So I was kind of helping little mama move down a little bit more. And I was also sitting in the butterfly position, like both in bed and then just throughout the day. And when I sat in that position, that is when I got lightning crotch the most. Like, I felt the most engagement on my cervix. Sitting in that butterfly position helped her engage well in my pelvis. So the last thing I want to mention is the mile circuit, because I think this was the straw that broke the camel's back. So the mile circuit consists of like 3 or 4 different... Why are you moving so much? The mile circuit consists of like 3 or 4, I can't really remember, different movements that you do for an extended period of time. And the goal of it is to reposition the baby in a way that is favorable for labor and delivery. Now, as I mentioned in the previous video, sometimes women experience delays in labor because the baby is not in the optimal position for birth. And the mile circuit is supposed to help correct that. So there's like a deep floor stretch, there's like ball exercises, and then there's the exaggerated side lying position. You're supposed to spend like a good amount of time, like maybe an hour on the left side and then an hour on the right side. Some days before I started the mile circuit, but I never got into both side lying positions. So just to backtrack, at first, the morning I went into labor, I started on the left side lying position just because I typically would sleep on my left side. Got up, went to the bathroom, and then I went to the right side lying position. And within 3 minutes of laying in that position, my water broke. So that is why I am very confident that the mile circuit specifically helped me get my labor started, because like it was like I did half of everything, and once I finally had the last piece of the puzzle, it was just like pow pow, and it was time to go. That's definitely something I would recommend if you guys want to try it, if you're late in your pregnancy and you're trying to get some stuff moving along. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. Little mama's getting a little agitated, so I'm gonna go ahead and feed her and then kind of get some stuff done for the rest of the day. So the next video that I'm gonna post is just going to be recapping my first few weeks postpartum, and then some postpartum must-haves that you absolutely want to try to get to make your life a lot more convenient. These are things that I really didn't realize I needed until I needed them. That is pretty much all I have for y'all today. So as usual, go ahead and follow the link tree and follow me on social media. And then, of course, like, subscribe, and share this video. And again, always, if y'all have any questions or concerns, leave me a comment down in the comment section. And I will see y'all next time. She's wide awake. All right, y'all.